your platoon appearance. So it's basically how you're dressed. So everybody rolls their sleeves really tight. Everybody gets real like pumped up in the morning. We get to listen to music before, so that was cool. The big rival platoons this cycle was my platoon 1085 and 1086, which is where all my friends were, Brian and Danny and all them. So like,
broke my chapstick.
it was fun. But we won initial drill, and then everybody was trying to catch us, and we wound up getting honor platoon. So like,
You did?
Yeah,
Awesome.
we got honor platoon.
All right, John.
Now you were squad leader, but then not after a while?
No, it's a little complication with the drill instructor.
Because as a squad leader in first phase, like, you don't know what to do. Nobody's listening to you. You don't feel like what makes me better than them? Why do I get to tell them what to do? Like, everybody's running around scuzzing. You're like, scuzz faster, because they tell you, be like the drill instructor. So you're like, I don't want to do this. I'm living with these guys. I'm the one training just like them. Like, why do I got to do this? Like, it makes you feel like shit being the squad leader at first.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah, but then, like, you kind of just say, screw it. I don't care what they think, and you do your job. But then you don't only have to take care of your platoon, your squad. You have to know who's in your squad. You have to make sure their gear is accounted for. The drill instructor's on your ass constantly. Like, and then, like when we would go to class over in another building, we would,
You can start walking.
no, it's alright. I just gotta go right over there. We gotta, go in with your rifles. And everybody takes their rifles, and it was the squad leader's job to put them in, all in platoon, and then have the slings so that the sling keeper was like right above the magazine well, and so that the slings were tight, but they all had to look the same. So we'd count them, and then we'd go hurry up, and we'd have to do it like before the class started, and you had like 3 minutes. And I was doing it, I mean, and it's low, so you're down like this, doing like 4 at a time, and then the one drill instructor was screaming at me. He's like, no, do it like this. Aye, sir. So I'm doing it, and I get like over here, and another drill instructor's like, that's wrong, that sling's not tight, blah, blah, blah. Aye, sir. He's like, do it like this. And then I go back this way, and then I got both of them screaming at me, and I'm like, sir, this recruit doesn't understand. Well, he's been doing it, and they're just screaming at you nonsense. Like, there's nothing you can do, and I lost it. I was infuriated, and I literally like stood up. I was this close to the drill instructor, like his hat went up like this, his cover, off his head, and I just started screaming. I was like, oh, I saw it, like in his face. I was spitting in his face like on purpose. And I said it like 3 times. I was infuriated. And then next thing I know, I'm like up against the door, and the senior drill instructor's got me like this. He's like, Fogarty, you want to get belligerent with one of my drill instructors? I would beat the shit out of you, blah, blah, blah. Like, you have no idea what I'm capable of. And I'm like, aye, sir. And like, I was still kind of angry. Like, I almost wanted to fight back, but I was like, no way.
This might not be my best
This maybe ain't going my way.
Yeah, and then,
I know
because
we're
senior
laughing now,
drill
but it wasn't
instructor,
funny to John then.
no, the senior drill instructor, Sergeant Ball, was brand new. We actually switched senior drill instructors.
Yeah, but was that a screw up in communication on their part, or did they do that to you on purpose?
They do that purposely to you.
Kind of both.
It's kind of more like
Doesn't really matter.
If one
if they
tells you
screwed
one
it
thing
up.
and you do it, and then the other tells you something
They
else.
do it to you kind of on purpose just to see how you handle it. So I guess I
That
did.
didn't go so well.
And at first, for the next like 3 days after that, all I thought about was, I'm gonna get sandpitted. I'm gonna get sandpitted. I'm gonna get sandpitted. Like I was waiting so much for him to just be like, Fogarty, get out of here, blah blah blah. Because at that point you're like scared of the sandpit. You're like, don't want to be IT'd. You're like scared of the drilling instructors. You're like,
What's the sand pit?
Like that.
the big sandbox.
Oh.
All the sandboxes you've
Get
seen.
down and roll around in that stuff.
Yeah,
for a little
after
while.
you sweat and then you're doing push-ups and running back and forth. And then they don't
What's his
really
name?
tell us
That
to
guy
go.
you were just talking to.
It's like being a piece of fried chicken.
Pick up sand, actually put sand on them so they don't say you don't have enough on you.
Yeah, and then, I don't know. And then I was sitting at chow hall, I was eating chow, and one of the drill instructors came up, he was like, so you want to get belligerent with one of the drill instructors now, right? No, sir. So you want to get belligerent, right? Hi, sir. Because you have to agree with him, you know? He's like, so you're a squad leader? Hi, sir. He was like, do you really think you deserve to be a squad leader? No, sir. All right, then. And he took my little thing I had that said squad leader on it, the little badge, and that was it.
How many other guys went through being squad leader?
Oh, man, they got fired like it was cool.
I think what John said is the whole thing is they just keep pushing John
Where's my case?
until an incident like that happens. To see if an incident